Today we'll discuss about Friedrich Wilhelm August Froebel, a modern educational thinker. During the period 1782 to 1852, presentation by Dr. Syed Hayat Basha, Assistant Professor of Education, Aligarh Muslim University, Malappuram Center, Kerala. Email ID hayat83n@gmail.com. Let me discuss first about his date of birth. He was born on April 21st, 1782. Location village of Oberwiesbach in South Germany. Concept of Froebel's kindergarten. Froebel's first kindergarten started in 1837 in Blankenburg, Prussia, now part of Germany. Kindergarten was chosen from German language. Kindergarten means children's garden. He believed that young children as plants held the seeds of their own later development. His famous quotation, "Children are like teeny flowers." Children are like teeny flowers means small flowers. They are varied and need care, but each is beautiful alone and glorious when seen in the community of peers. To learn a thing in life and through doing is much more developing, cultivating, and strengthening than to learn it merely through the verbal communication of ideas. Children must master the language of things before they master the language of words. Friedrich Froebel. Features and methods of kindergarten: free self-activity, creativity, social participation, motor expression, gifts and occupations as materials and methods of education. Teaching through play, teaching through songs, gestures, and construction. Evaluation of kindergarten system: merits, advantages, and features. It laid emphasis on early childhood education. It stressed on the importance of children's play in learning. The gifts and occupations of the kindergarten gave new materials and methods of teaching. There is sufficient scope for activity in kindergarten system. The kindergarten system broadened the concept and scope of the school as an essential social institution. Demerits. In this slide we will discuss some of the demerits of kindergarten system. Source of development is internal. Gifts do not serve the purpose of sense training. Only limited scope for correlation. Sorry for the interruption. In this video we will discuss again about the demerits of kindergarten system. Source of development is internal. Gifts do not serve the purpose of sense training. Only limited scope for correlation in the teaching of various subjects. Gifts do not serve the purpose of sense training. Only limited scope for correlation in the teaching of various subjects. Overemphasis on play which distract the child from serious learning. This system does not provide for the study of the individual child. Difference between kindergarten and Montessori method. Kindergarten, Montessori method. Kindergarten method, it is developed by Froebel. Montessori method, it is developed by Montessori. It is based on philosophical principles. It is based on scientific principles. More scope for social development of children, comparatively less scope for social development of children. Importance has given to development of imagination. Importance has given to development of realities of life. Classroom teaching is the most important part of instruction. Individual learning is the most important part of instruction. Sense training is achieved through gifts. Sense training is achieved through didactic apparatus. In principle, kindergarten system is more formal than Montessori system. It is less formal than kindergarten system. There is direct teaching in kindergarten method. There is no direct teaching in Montessori method. Kindergarten method training is largely in group work and games. Training is largely in individual work. It does not prepare children for the mastery of the school arts. It prepares children for the It does not prepare children for the mastery of the school arts. It prepares children for the mastery of school arts. It involves indirect and informal training of senses. It involves direct and formal training of senses. The groupings of kindergarten children are more often formal and prescribed. The groupings of the Montessori children are largely free and unregulated. References and suggested for further reading: Arjunan N.K. Education in the Emerging Indian Society, Philosophical and Sociological Basis of Education, Development and Management of Education in India, Palakkad, Yugi Publications, Agarwal J.C., Theory and Principles of Education. It is 13th edition, New Delhi Vikas Publishing House Limited. Thank you for your patient hearing and listening.